Welcome to Vacuum Wars, and to our review of the Dreame Matrix 10 Ultra Robot Vacuum. It's the latest, greatest, and most expensive offering from Dreame, and it includes a really unique mop switching feature that you won't see anywhere else. We bought one for ourselves and put it through all kinds of tests over the last few weeks, and in this video I'll go over the pros and cons and talk about whether the Dreame Matrix 10 is worth the cost, who would benefit most from it, and touch on a few issues that affected its rankings on the Vacuum Wars Top 20 list compared to the much cheaper Dreame L50. So links in the description, and let's get started. First, the basics. The Dreame Matrix 10 Ultra is a robot vacuum mop combo with much of the same hardware and software seen on other premium Dreame robots, with one major exception: its innovative multi-mop switching dock. Its charging dock is unique because, in addition to the usual high-end features like emptying its internal dustbin into a disposable bag in the base, washing the mop pads with hot water, drying them, refilling the water tanks, and so on, the Dreame Matrix 10 dock is the only one that can automatically switch between up to 3 different styles of mop pads and swap up to 3 different types of cleaning fluids on its own. That makes it the first robot I know of that can truly tailor its mopping to different rooms and different floor types. Each one of its mop pads has a slightly different texture and use case. For example, there's a softer, more absorbent pad that's great for bathrooms, a harder nylon bristle style pad for surfaces that might need a bit more scrubbing, and a more standardized mop pad for general hard floor cleaning. In addition to that, it also has 3 separate compartments for different mopping solutions. Dreame says one solution is optimized for wood floors, another for general hard floor cleaning, and another is formulated for pet odors. The dock uses a kind of internal conveyor system to swap out the pads. In practice, across multiple runs in 2 different floor plans, it performed reliably, though I did have one instance where the app reported a mop switching error. When I checked, nothing seemed wrong, and it worked fine after restarting, so it's still too early to know whether other users would be seeing issues here, especially with a product this expensive, where early feedback comes in slowly. My suspicion is that with all the new moving parts, it could make this more prone to little quirks like this, so we will be keeping a close eye on the ratings as they come in, as those numbers do affect our overall rankings over time. For the rest of the video, I'm going to compare the Dreame Matrix 10 Ultra to the Dreame L50 Ultra, which is a cheaper product that has almost all the same features as the Matrix 10, except for the multi-mop switching dock, because if you don't need that multi-mop switching dock, the L50 is a good alternative. As far as basic hardware and performance on the robot itself, the Dreame Matrix 10 had an official suction rating of 30,000 pascals compared to about 20,000 on the L50. In the suction tests that we did, the Matrix 10 did indeed measure higher with suction than the L50 and higher than average overall. However, they both had very similar airflow scores. They both used the same dual roller brush system, part of Dreame's new anti-tangle design, which channels hair to the side to resist hair tangles, and both robots proved very effective in our tests at picking up deeply embedded debris and resisting hair tangles. For example, in our 7-inch hair tangle test, both models scored a perfect zero tangle result, and in our 2.5-inch flattened hair test on carpet, both were above average, though the L50 was just a touch better. In our carpet deep clean test, where we embed sand into medium pile carpet and weigh their bins before and after a timed run, the Matrix 10 scored above average, but just barely, and not quite as high as the L50, which had a particularly strong showing here. I suspect that this might be related to a height or seal issue, because this difference also appeared in the crevice test, where the L50 performed noticeably better there as well. Both of them were excellent sweepers. In our pickup tests, they handled everything we threw at them on hard floors and carpets, from small debris to extra large. So in terms of surface debris pickup and carpet deep cleaning, they're both well above average and genuinely excellent vacuum cleaners. When it comes to mopping, hardware, features, and performance, the Dreame Matrix 10 Ultra really shines. It uses 2 spinning mop pads that are electronically fed with water and solution, and one of the pads can extend out for better edge coverage. The pads lift up automatically when the robot detects carpets to avoid getting carpets wet, an essential feature in my opinion, and it also has Dreame's more advanced option to magnetically drop the mop pads off at the base, giving even more protection for carpets when vacuuming. Most of these mopping features are also found on the Dreame L50, but there was a noticeable difference in the actual mopping performance between the two. In our stain removal tests, the Matrix 10 performed significantly better than the L50. It uses about twice as much water as the L50 on average, but still not too much, just under the average amount, just enough to lift the stains effectively while avoiding puddling or streaking. In the new mop stain test that we're developing, which I think is more challenging than the original test, the Matrix 10 did exceptionally well there too. Interestingly, it did much better compared to the Dreame Aqua 10 as well, which uses a roller style mop. There seems to be an assumption that roller mops are always superior to dual spinning pad mops, but at least according to the early versions of this test, that isn't always the case. Overall, the Dreame Matrix 10 earned a very high, above average combined mopping score, which is important because that's really the main reason you would want to buy the Matrix 10 over the L50 or anything else, because you want an excellent mopping robot. Another big pro with the Dreame Matrix 10 is its obstacle avoidance. It uses a combination of an RGB camera, 3D structured light sensors, and an LED light for dark areas to recognize and avoid objects. In our obstacle avoidance tests, it performed essentially the same as the L50, scoring a 19 out of a possible 24 points, where the average is around 17, and in our real-world tests, it was generally very good as well. Not perfect, but definitely better than average at spotting things it might have otherwise got stuck on. Another pro is something that Dreame has been doing really well compared to its competitors, and that's threshold crossing with its so-called Pro Leap system. When you mark a threshold on the map in the app, the robot will actually raise its chassis to climb over it. It makes a big difference because in some floor plans, robots used to just get stuck in one part of the house and could never reach certain rooms. Dreame currently has the highest stated threshold numbers in the industry. On paper, the Matrix 10 can climb a two-tiered 80mm threshold compared to 60mm on the L50, but in our testing, the more important metric ended up being the single-tier threshold performance, where the L50 was actually slightly better than the Matrix 10. Moving on to the cons, and almost all of my concerns with the Dreame Matrix 10 have to do with its navigation and battery life. Both the Matrix 10 and the L50 use a top-mounted spinning LiDAR for mapping and navigation. This LiDAR unit can retract into the robot when it senses that it can fit under certain furniture, and then it raises back up in normal cleaning mode for better mapping. The Matrix 10 was consistently below average in our navigation efficiency tests, meaning that it took it longer than normal to complete a cleaning run, mostly because there were occasions when it seemed to be indecisive or it got slightly confused, and in the various real-world runs we did, I noticed it occasionally getting stuck in places that didn't make a lot of sense. There were a couple of occasions where I had to physically move it back to the base. To be fair, the majority of its runs it completed with no issues, but there were enough hiccups here to make me feel that its navigation isn't quite as solid as the L50's, which matches what we saw with the navigation efficiency data. Both of these models were below average in terms of battery efficiency and square feet per charge, which did hurt their overall scores. The other con really isn't a con, it's just something I can't fully pin down yet. I just have a feeling that the mop switching system could be prone to errors simply because of all the additional moving parts, but based strictly on our testing, the multi-mop switching dock worked fine. And if being able to finely tune your mopping routines for different floor types is important to you, there really is nothing like this on the market. In that case, if you don't mind the price, I think it would be worth it because its mopping system truly is top tier, both in terms of the features and the real-world performance. On the other hand, in terms of basic vacuuming performance and navigation, the cheaper L50 does pretty much everything that the Matrix 10 does, except for the mop switching dock, and the L50 actually does many of those things slightly better. So it comes down to what matters most in your situation, and remember, you can always check out which robot vacuums are currently ranking on the Vacuumor's Top 20 Robot Vacuum list on our website, which we update weekly. Check the links in the description, and be sure to subscribe to Vacuumor's before you leave. Thanks for watching. All of the links in the description are updated regularly to reflect our current favorite vacuums in multiple categories. You'll also find links to the Vacuumor's website in the description, where we have more detailed lists of our favorite products, like our new Top 20 Robot Vacuums list, which is updated weekly.